This is producer JR, and you are watching a proud New York Jets fan show. Now give it up for my boy Nick.
Rodgers is a fucking Jet. Let's go!
This for my special delivery. Spit like this, get my wrist all glittery.
Can't wait.
Get cake, snakes get slithery. Lean in, show y'all the mean in the chivalry.
Let's make sure we play like the New York Jets.
Right jab like Zab Judah. Every member on my team is a shooter. Tight like a womb, no room for intruders. Spark, twist to the Philly.
Give it up.
Good humor. Don't be silly. It's baby, baby. I got it all smothered.
Let's go
Like
eat a
makeup.
damn snack. Man, I wanted the music to keep going. That was good. Shout out to producer JR as always. What's up, everybody? I'm Nick. I'm your host. I don't do this alone. I don't even want to waste time. Guy spent like a minute and a half shaving the few hairs that he had left on his head yesterday morning. He's going circular in the chair to show you. Let's bring him in. Show everyone. You're so white, I can't even tell if you have a shirt on.
Let's go eat a damn snack.
Let's go, baby. How's it going, bub?
It's good. I just ate a piece of cake at freaking.
Let's go to eat a
11
damn snack. Let's go to eat a damn snack.
11:30 a.m. There's nothing to eat in the house. I had a frozen baguette, like a French baguette. I threw it in the oven in aluminum foil, got it all hot, put butter on it, ate that, and now I eat a piece of cake that looks like wedding cake.
Was it?
No, it was just some cake I bought at the Safeway. You know how they have the pre-made cakes and they slice it and wrap it individually now?
Not that I envision you eating too often, but I envision you buying wedding cake and just smearing it on yourself for nostalgic purposes.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I have purchased like entire Carvel ice cream cakes. Like I buy a Carvel ice cream cake, and my wife was away once, and I took a spoon and I just opened up the whole freaking thing and like just started eating it right off of the circle thing, you know, that it comes on. And then I would just close the box up and put it back in the freezer. And then when I wanted more, I would take it out. I ate the whole cake that way.
Nice. I'm trying to
Kuka.
Kuka here early. Looks like a solid day today. Good vibes. Absolutely, man. Good
Kuka.
stuff going on. Rodgers is at the mic now. Oh, nope. That's from yesterday. How did that pop up now?
Yeah, YouTube.
Trying to get all the tweets from everybody. Boom, boom, boom. Because I used to do the same thing with a carrot cake.
Hey, I already take heart medication. I'm off to a good start.
Oh, you want to compare meds? This would be a 4-hour show. Mark Riss in the house. What's up, brother? How are
What's
you,
up,
buddy?
You big jabroni.
Juggaloon. Shout out to Mark for teaching me how to say Coach Salah's name the right way. I was always saying Salah because I figured it was like more Middle Eastern pronunciation. He goes, just say it like chicken mar. I go, Salah. He goes, there you go. You got it.
What exactly is Gugagats? Whatever the food that they always say, the Sopranos. They're always like, oh, got you some Gugagooks. Or
Gabagool?
Yeah, Gabagoot. What is that? I don't know. I grew up in
You're from
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
I don't know why I don't know what that is. I forgot. I knew it.
It's one of those like Italian meats, like a salami.
Oh, okay.
It's like a sliced deli meat.
Yeah, I'm not so into those.
Some people say capicola.
Oh, yeah. That's how I
But
say
hardcore Italians say it's gabagool.
I definitely.
Johnny, where have you been all my life?
I definitely. I like mortadella with the pistachios. I love that stuff.
Phil is back from 2025 and all as well. Is that a reference to my tweet? Did you see my tweet, Phil?
Look at Phil.
I tweeted today about Jets fans. I was like, oh, look at this. I go, fast forward to week 1. When Rodgers doesn't get sacked, we rush for over 140. I go, is everyone who panicked about the line going to show up and apologize and say, I'm sorry? Or are you just quietly going to move on to your next drama? Like, what are we going to do in 2025 with Zach?
I know. It's like one drama to the next.
Yes,
How
Anthony. A lot of people. All right, we'll start off the show serious. Let's get serious here for a minute.
yeah. No, what I'm saying
So,
yeah. Of course, Corey Davis is staying with the team.
well, Anthony's a Washington fan, so he's seeing some
Oh,
rumors
so
on
he
the
doesn't know.
outside. So we'll cover it. Anthony, thanks for popping in, bro. Appreciate it. So we'll discuss it right now.
Yeah, we'll discuss.
A lot of people believe there's a family health issue going on. It's nothing related with him or the team. They're saying it's a family, personal matter. And I tweeted out earlier that I hope Jets fans stay respectful about it and nobody crosses a line or does what some of the horrific people in our fan base and podcasters, content, I don't even want to call them content creators, shitstorm stirrers is more what they are. Will take digs and shots at it. So I'm not all I'll say is I tweeted this out today too. Family over everything. If football's temporary, football's a hobby, football's a job, we all take time off of our job when there's family issues, and he shouldn't get any shit if there's something serious going on with his family. And no one should ask about it. If it's a family and a personal matter, let him handle his business, man. Guy's a vet. Guy's a good leader. If he's not there, I think it's a serious concern.
It's such a stupid question for the media to even be asking of Robert Saleh. I mean, if someone when I worked in the school system, for example, if a teacher took leave and you didn't know why, the principal is not allowed to tell people why. If someone knows and they're spreading it around, they get fired. It's a HIPAA violation. It's like it's the Family Privacy Act.
Yeah.
It's like there's a legal protection. They're not allowed to tell the media, of all people, what's going on. Something personal is happening in this man's life. Hope to God it has nothing to do with his kids and the room, because there are all kinds of things flying around out there.
Yeah.
God, everything is okay for him. I mean, and that's the kind of thing where, just as if it was your friend, what would you ask for your friend? If your friend, and you couldn't tell anybody what was wrong, but something was seriously wrong with them in their personal life, you would tell people to keep them in your thoughts, to pray for them. That's exactly what every Jet fan should be doing when it comes to Corey Davis. Like, sending your best thoughts. So if you believe, then send your best prayers and hope for the best for this guy.
100%. I'm a big believer in the past couple months of, like, since life has changed around, I'm trying to change my mindset. And then I know I make jokes. I make horrible, inappropriate, awful jokes. Everyone knows that. They're poor times, sometimes in poor taste. But I don't go at family. Family is everything, right?
Yeah.
I'm not taking a knock at a guy. I'm not judging. I'm not bitching. I'm not whining. I'm not complaining. There are people out there that do that. Put the shoe on the other foot. We don't know what the situation is, but if you're an NFL veteran and you dip out in the middle of the camp and it's for personal reasons, I'm going to pray for the best for you and your family and your loved ones. You never know. I mean, we'll find out eventually, right? Everything always comes out. We'll find out, but I don't think it's reason for concern. I don't think it's anything team related. I don't think that it's he wants to be traded. Why would you want to get traded now? You played the last couple of years with horrible quarterback play. Now you got Aaron Rodgers. Nobody's going to request a trade to get off of his team now. You got to be Corey Davis is not an idiot. So people thinking that he wants out.
I think he.
Hey, Hank, I see you popping in, buddy. What's up, Johnny? I think I sang you in before. I didn't know about his family. I was just thinking why I assume was good. Davis hasn't been the same. Well, Davis has been out for the last couple of days, and it hasn't been announced. So he was asked. Saleh was asked about it. He said family, personal matter, and that's all I'm going to say.
No, I think that he was talking about. He was just asking in general. Is Corey Davis going to stay with the team? Like, is he good enough? And,
I just assumed he was referring because it's common, it's popular today on Twitter since Saleh answered it. So,
yeah, so Anthony, he's been banged up like the last 2 years. In the games that he's played, he had some drops that pissed off some fans, but he also made some big plays for us. He's still a very talented receiver, and like here's an example of why Corey Davis is staying on the team. Today in practice, Lazard walked off the field, and we don't know if he's injured or what's going on. That's exactly why Corey Davis is on the team, right? We're talking about the NFL here. It's not like the Jets are stacked with young, talented receivers. They got Garrett Wilson, Lazard, and McCole Hardman, right? Then you got like veteran like Randall Cobb and some young guys fighting for a roster spot. But you need another quality, experienced receiver. So now you have Garrett Wilson, Andy Lazard, and Corey Davis. And McCole Hardman is your slot gadget player. So Lazard gets hurt, you need Corey Davis, which is why the Jets are going to keep him. You want depth in that room.
We're not in the place where we're giving away proven veteran talent right now. There's no trading a guy for draft picks right now. It's whoever helps raise the water level of this team is just staying on the team. That's why you bring Cook in. You don't bring Cook in and get rid of a solid veteran receiver who could potentially have his best year with this quarterback. So all the best to Davis and the Davis family. And we hope everything obviously works out. And when he's ready to rejoin the team, be welcomed with open arms by the fans and in the locker room.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just hope Jets fans, because there's a small portion of them, every fan base has it, that do not act appropriately. So if you see them, point them my way. I have no problem telling people how awful they are on Twitter. Jeremy knows. I'm the group pit bull, right? Like if somebody acts up, and I'm out of work, I'm still out of work, so it's like I got time. I'm going in on this one. I got time, boys. I'll get back to you in a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Well, nobody better go after him. Like Jets fans better know their place on that. Like, don't go over that line. You go over that line, the rest of the fan base is going to lose all respect for you, and we're not going to tolerate that from our fellow Jet fans. Even this is a family thing, man, and it's like you're a father, so you know more than anyone.
Yeah. And shout out to my baby girl, Sophia, 12 years old, just got braces today, and she's loving it. Carolina blue colored.
Nice.
Carolina blue colored braces. I like it. They look good on her.
You did that for you?
She's a Carolina fan too with basketball from my dad,
Okay.
It's in the family. I will admit she was a Jet fan, born and raised, and then the last couple years she's become a big fan of Patrick Mahomes, and she's got a Mahomes shirt and one of those little Mahomes toys, and she's very laid back and low key. So like when me and Nikki talk to her, what are you going to do when the Jets play the Chiefs? She goes, can't lose. Whoever wins, I'm happy. That's how she is about life. Very, very chill, very mellow. She don't get it from me. But Johnny, good comment here, pal. Yeah, Dave's everything. I don't think there's any concern with Davis. You're not moving him. If you're moving him for something bigger, and it's part of getting Devontae. It's the only way I see Davis going, because Davis has $10 million. So you're opening up $10 million by moving him. If you move him for Devontae, that's different. Then I'm okay with it, because you're making the team better. To the Jets and spoke about his brother, pastor, played for us, made me like him even more. Yeah. The family's been through a lot, man. So we hope it's nothing else in that way. Zaire Barnes and Trey Dean are sleepers to make the team, and Jets use a 3 safety look today. Zach, I am going to tell you right now, I have said this in the Twitter DM chat with the guys. I think both of these guys are locks. I do. I think they can help us win now while also keeping an eye on the future. I think these guys can play. I think they can be effective. Our buddy Tigo has labeled last year Max Mitchell was his son. It's somebody that he loved and wanted. And shout out to our buddy Rusty Spooner. Rusty turned Jeremy and I on to Trey Dean in February or January to Trey Dean. And we both fell in love with him quickly. And I like what Dean does. We know what Ashton Davis is going into year 4. We know his ceiling. It's quality special team player. Sometimes takes bad angles, gets himself out of position. Very athletic. Dean's a thumper. Dean, that highlight of him the other day, it was from the defensive angle. Run was going this way, and then the guy cut back, and Dean filled the hole wide open where the cutback hole was and popped him. I like that. I love that play. That just speaks to me, his instinct, his field vision, and then he can finish when he gets there. He was very active in the Carolina game. He was active in the Cleveland game. Ashton Davis did have a good game, but I don't see us keeping 5 safeties. I would keep Dean over Amos right now because we know what Amos is at this point of his career. We don't know what Dean could be. And I think Dean, he got something there, right? When you look how the 49ers built their defense, how many late round guys or undrafted guys have stepped in, fit the system, and the scouting and everything worked out. And now they're like Pro Bowl talents. And they can't keep everybody because they find all of these guys that play so well. So I'm a big Trey Dean guy, and I will admit I don't attach myself to too many players. But Dean, I would be crushed if Dean doesn't make this roster. If he doesn't make the initial cuts, I would be crushed because there's no way he's getting through waivers. And I think Barnes is a lock too. I think Barnes as a fourth linebacker behind Williams, CJ, Sherwood, I believe Barnes is there. It might be a competition with Sherratt. You keep Sherratt as a 5. But I think Barnes is 4 easily right now. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, I think Barnes is a lock. And the reason is you don't draft the guy, bring him into camp, he has an awesome camp, and then cut him.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I just mentioned you, Rusty. I just mentioned you. And you showed up in the chat. I was giving you credit for turning Jeremy and I on. Pause. To Trey Dean back in January. We got Cyril. This one. So, hey, CJ, the guy who linked us together.
What's up?
The painkiller, CJ. What's up, brother?
Let me do my CJ.
I missed your face and your energy, brother. You got to get on here with us, man. This is a guy that linked Jeremy and I together.
If you're still waiting for Sam Darnold and you still think that the Jets rule Sam Darnold, then you're fucking hoping for a miracle and you should stop holding your fucking breath. He's like the Rex Ryan of Jets content providers.
He was Coach Saleh did the CJ impersonation when he was talking about if the fucking guys up front don't raise their fucking level, this team ain't going to be shit. That's CJ on the regular.
Now,
that's CJ on the regular.
But anyway, Zaire Barnes, I think, is a lock because you don't draft the guy, bring him into camp, then he has the camp that he's had, a great camp, and then you waive him. It makes no sense. Why would you draft the guy if he had no chance to make the team? Zaire Barnes has overperformed. He's done more than anybody can expect. He has looked fantastic. Same with Trey Dean as an undrafted free agent. We gave him the most undrafted free agent money in the NFL. We gave him a giant bonus to come in. He has performed. He's been outrageous. He's been great. I don't see how you cut a guy like that loose when you have Amos has a ceiling that we know, and it's not the highest ceiling in the world. I don't know if you just keep Amos and you keep Trey Dean and you make room on the roster. I don't know exactly how it's going to look or work. But out of the two, because of the positions in the rooms and the way things are looking right now, I would say Zaire Barnes is the bigger lock. He's the lock.
Yeah.
Right? But Trey Dean, I'm with you. I would be so disappointed if we exposed him on the waiver wire. I mean, it would be very disappointing.
You can't. We were shocked that he went undrafted because of I'll give him credit again. Rusty Spooner turned us on to him in December or January. It was early. And you and I both started popping him in the 4th and 5th round of mock drafts. And I know we talked off there, shocked that he wasn't drafted. And we were ecstatic when we got him. I remember the text in the chat, like, we just got Dean as undrafted. How did he go undrafted, and how the hell did we scoop him up? So there was a lot of excitement about this player, and I think he's got something, man. I really, really do.
Yeah.
I would love to see him. You find young guys on the back end of your secondary who come up together, you know, what like Adams and May were supposed to be, and you have Dean and Adams, coincidence, same name. You have Dean and Adams coming up together with one another in the back. I would love it.
Yeah.
Little former Jet news. 49ers named Sam Darnold the team's number 2 quarterback. He'll be the backup to Brock Purdy to begin the season, which means Trey Lance is number 3. All right. It's not Jet related, but I'm going to equate this to the Jets. Let me throw this out there. God, I wish I could hear everyone's verbal response to this. Imagine if we traded up all those picks that they gave up for Lance, and he's number 3.
Wow.
That's a good team. That's a well-coached team. That quarterback position, whoever gets put in it, is built to succeed. You know my love for Shanahan. I say Shanahan is the new Andy Reid. For those new and don't know, I call Andy Reid the quarterback whisperer. Whoever Andy Reid puts in succeeds. I see the same thing in Shanahan, right? Matt Ryan had his MVP season under Shanahan. Jimmy Garoppolo got them to the Super Bowl. He didn't get them, the defense did, but Jimmy G played well. He makes one throw, they're Super Bowl champions. Brock Purdy steps in, Mr. Irrelevant, becomes super irrelevant. I would love to see Sam Darnold get an opportunity. Not that I'm wishing Purdy injury or anything like that, but I would love to see Sam in a Shanahan system because that's what he should have had here. They should have built the line. They should have built the defense. They should have built the run game. And they should have made him an efficient, effective quarterback instead of all these spreads and trying to do things that we couldn't do because we couldn't block and we couldn't get open on routes. So good luck to Sam, man. I really, really hope that Sam succeeds. I do. But yeah, Jets fans would lose their mind if we traded up all those picks for a guy and he ended up being third on the depth chart.
They would be screaming for JD's job. I mean, there are people saying fire JD because of Zach Wilson. If they don't win right now, Zach Wilson, you can't get over that pick, that you let him go, that people still hold it against them, that you, as a GM, you can't miss on quarterback. Imagine trading 3 number 1 draft picks to move up and take a guy who played for North Dakota State. They were a running team. And he didn't play the year before. He played 1 game in 2020. It's a mind-boggling situation that they did that. I mean, I don't. The 49er fans must be seething. They must be so angry.
Shout out to Harlan. I'm behind in the chat. Don't piss Harlan off. Go like the stream. I'm sure the comments down there already. He's very good. Harlan's the guy at the gate. He's the guy at the club. He's the bouncer. You want to get in, you got to like the stream, and then you can get in the chat. Harlan's a good dude. What is this? Boom, boom. Remember, when it's cut day, going to be 1,300 guys on the waiver wire. Better chance for these guys to make the practice squad if they do get cut. Imagine that, man. 1,300 guys become available at one time. That's what she said. But 1,300 guys. There will be some shifting, some moving around.
How do we pick up guys? People say, oh, we'll pick up somebody. Who do we cut to pick up somebody? I mean, maybe a better offensive guard or tackle, and then we cut Schweitzer, or you know what I mean? But it's like it's going to be, we're already struggling on who's going to make our roster. How are we possibly going to go out there and grab somebody with the roster that we have?
Hader Ali, welcome, buddy. You're right. It's going to have to be a surprise move, right? But then there's the waiver wire. I mean, we got a decent position because it's still based off of last year until the season starts. I remember suck for Sam was that Penn State game, that Rose Bowl. I fell in love with the kid and I wanted him for 16 months. And I'll tell you a quick story. When my father passed away, it was June 6, 2018. It was a couple weeks after the draft. And we're at the funeral home for the funeral that day. And I was going to speak and I'm sitting there and then I didn't know what I was going to say. And I get up and I'm talking for a little bit. And then me being me, and my dad was a big Jet fan too. I'm in a funeral home now where it's quiet and everyone's crying. And I'm like, you know what's going to suck the most? It's not my mother and sister watching them cry right now. It's not my dad missing out on the grandkids growing up. It's that we finally got a fucking quarterback, and he's not going to be here to enjoy it with me. The funeral home director in the back is like, what the? He was my Little League baseball coach, Mr. Culligan, in the 1980s. He's like, Nick, I've never seen anyone scream and yell during a eulogy and have the whole room rolling and laughing. But like the expectations. And then Sam Darnold, I took the kids to meet him December of that year to I Play America in Freehold. And it was the day before Sophia's birthday. And I have video of it, of Sam Darnold singing happy birthday with the crowd. Because you know me, I made myself known. I told the guy on the MC, it's my daughter's birthday. Have Sam sing happy birthday to, and Sam Darnold sang happy birthday to Sophia that year for her 8th birthday, which is pretty cool. So I will always be a Sam supporter. So I wish the guy the absolute best, man. I really, really do. I hope we see him in the Super Bowl. It's the only player or team I would be okay losing to, right? Like if we lost to like Darnold and the Niners, like I respect the Niners organization. Salah came from there. You know, Sam was a Jet. It's the only team that it would hurt, but I would be okay with it, you know? Maybe not right away.
Yeah.
Johnny said the same thing.
It would take a while.
Oh, I would never get over like a Cowboy or a Giant or an Eagle, you know. One of those losses I can never get over. But if it was Sam and the Niners, I'd be like, all right, man, they're a good team. They're what we're trying to be, right? In terms of defensive line, offensive line. Like if you lose to the team that you're trying to build to be like, it would lessen the blow in my opinion, but it would still be a blow. That's what she said.
If you get Ciro Di Simone, like when you highlight his chats, you can't read it with a normal voice. You have to yell it. Okay? That's just the rule.
Okay. And when I first met him, his internet sucked. So you got talk like this. He would go on a rant. I'd be like, I don't even know what you're asking me. Your internet was trash for like the last minute and a half. And then the day he got it fixed, oh man, it was the best show ever.
I fell asleep with my phone on, and it went from one show to the next, and it went to a show that he was running. You know, which one? The nighttime one, After Dark.
Yeah.
And
Weapons Hot.
Yeah, Weapons Hot After Dark came on, and I was asleep, and it got into my dream. He was yelling and screaming, and in my dream, this is where I came up with it in the chat and told him. In my dream, I was in a pizzeria, and there was some guy screaming about the Jets in the pizzeria at his table, punching the table, eating his slice, slamming it down, yelling and screaming. And then I woke up, and that's the show that was on my phone.
All right, I'm gonna throw this one to you. Go ahead, read CJ's comment.
Okay. People are calling for JD's job now because the O-line is a tub of shit.
Dead on. I thought CJ was here. I wanted to say hello, CJ. See, but I don't think the line is a tub of shit. I just think that we weren't healthy. And now you see Brown back today. We're going to get into that. The line is the biggest point of discussion with this team right now, right? Because it's the biggest unknown. And also, for multiple reasons, carries the most weight, right? In terms of importance and the size of the players. But you saw AVT coming back. Becton looks like he's now solidified himself at right tackle, which we've discussed in depth. I know you're leaning back doing the I was right pose. I know that's your I was right. You're
trying to see why I can't get more lighting in this freaking room. Okay.
Even though your head is big and bald and white, it's like a black hole. I think it absorbs light and like light dies when it hits it.
I know, right?
But you're looking at everybody getting healthy at the right time. And this is what this time of year is for. You want guys coming back. You got guys who are dinged up. You got guys who are can you put it like higher, like up here where it comes down on you?
Oh, maybe.
Or like more in front of you?
Hold on, that's a good idea.
I don't know your setup there. Yeah, Zach, the Jets are finally using tight end. Yeah, we're going to use multiple tight ends. It's going to be a fun little setup and good play designs too out of it. And we got some athleticism at tight end. So, you run some plays where you run it one way and it's a run. Like the first Hard Knocks or One Jet Drive, where they were guessing run or play off of the play design. You're going to see that. You're going to see plays where early in the game it's a run or pass, and then we run the same setup, and then we hit them with the fake and do the other. It's going to be a very, very thorough, layered offense, and it's going to be something, obviously, when you have a player of the caliber of Aaron Rodgers executing your offense and then driving the bus, it's going to be a very well-oiled machine. We're going to see some shit we've never seen in our lives. It's going to look – some drives are going to look like Madden on rookie level, how easy they're going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be very easy drives. They're going to be drives where Garrett Wilson catches a few slants.
I got to do this after the light hitting your head.
There's going to be drives where Garrett Wilson gets 3 slant passes that are just easy for 15, 20 yards per play where we just walk down the field. And then he's going to hit some tight ends or someone else in the end zone because they're now focused on Garrett Wilson. Like there's going to be drives like that where it's just that simple.
Yeah, you're right. Kuka, good point. As of now, yes, Zach is a bust. But I think Zach is salvageable. And if we've said it, at length on this show and many other shows have said it, if there's any chance to revive and survive, it's under Aaron Rodgers. You see Zach's having fun. You see him with the teammates laughing on the sideline. He's not blacklisted from the guys. There's chance for growth there.
How does anybody not notice that he's definitely, as of right now, a bust? I mean, here we are going into the
great number 2 overall pick, benched in year 3. Yes,
right in a reset. But you cannot watch these games and the practices that they've shown, the footage they've shown, and not notice the growth. And there are some people say he's still inconsistent. Look, if you watch football, if you know anything about football, you can't not see the growth if you know anything about football. This is a kid who was bailing from the pocket after one progression, was not staying in the pocket, was scrambling around, who's now staying in the pocket and being patient. That is growth. Also, he's everybody's remembering the one bad pass he threw to Lazard that went to the wrong shoulder and ignoring the 3 beautiful passes he made in the same drive. It makes no sense. Out of those 4 passes, 3 of them were
whoa.
75% completion.
Whoa, hold up. Corey Davis has retired from the NFL.
What? Why?
Personal illness?
It can't be.
It is. Connor Hughes tweeted it. Zach Rosenblatt retweeted it. Corey Davis has retired from the NFL.
Oh, my God. What?
I'll keep it personal and not jet-related right now. Number 1, I hope he's okay. I hope it's nothing like a life, I don't want to say the C word or put anything out into the universe, but you hope that there's nothing crazy there.
Oh, my God. What is going on? That doesn't make any sense. That's just freaking.
Holy shit. That changes. I'll keep it personal. I pray to God that he's okay.
Something is horribly wrong. Something is horribly wrong.
Yeah. Connor Hughes broke the news, and I'm sure there'll be more to come.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to keep the football side out of it right now because that's Joe's to handle. Son of a bitch. That's shocking.
Wow.
That is I'm at a loss for words right now. I apologize to everyone in the chat that I didn't get caught up with, but
something is very wrong. Something is very, very wrong.
All right, Rappaport. Corey Davis has informed the team that he plans to step away from football at the age of 28. He has now publicly announced his intentions.
And of course, some loser, the first person that comments says bust.
All right. I got to, Jeremy, talk for a minute. Let me pull up his Instagram. He announced it there. You talk for a second while I'm pulling this.
Wow. Yeah. So I just called someone a low life POS because the first thing they said was bust. Can you imagine what kind of loser and low life human being would react that way when we have no idea why he called it quits? We have no clue why.
All right. Let me read his statement. This is from this is direct from Corey Davis 84 on Instagram. For some time now, I've been contemplating stepping away from the sport of football. This decision has not been easy. Although I am a deep person, I am a man of few words. I've been searching my heart for what to do, and I feel that stepping away from the game is the best path for me at this time. I have more blessings than I could have ever imagined. I have an amazing family, a beautiful wife, and 2 healthy children that I look forward to spending more time with. I am truly grateful for the opportunities I have had and will continue to have on my journey. Thank you to my family and friends and the Jets organization for supporting me through this process. Corey Davis.
Look, thank God his kids are okay and healthy.
Oh, yeah. Now we can trash talk him. No, I'm teasing. All right.
We don't know what led to him having to retire. We don't know anything. It could be mental health issues. It could be concussion. It could be a million different things. Maybe the pain, he might be in terrible pain and, got addicted to Oxycontin. There's so many possibilities of things that could have happened to this.
Yeah, let's not speculate.
No, I'm not trying to speculate. I'm just trying to say, like, people don't understand, because I'm not saying that as a negative. I'm saying that people don't understand, like, how bad it is, like, when you're in pain. And I don't know that it's that. I'm just giving examples. There's a million things it could be. There's a million things it could be. Or it could just be he's doing what's right for him. He's just not happy. You know what I mean? People leave their careers. They're not happy. What if he just doesn't want it? I respect him more for stepping down than for playing just to collect a paycheck.
Yeah, that's the one positive you can put on it. If whatever his reason is, right? We've all left jobs. We've all lost a passion or a fire to do whatever it is for whatever reason. Man,
sucks.
I'm happy he did it now. The timing is right now instead of in the season, right? Like, if you don't have that heart, you don't have that desire, you don't have that passion. Okay. I can't knock the guy. Sorry, I got to refill my water here. I'm a little parched.
I'm just in shock.
Hey, it's the way of life, man. It's sad. It's unfortunate. We're a football show. Let's talk football.
Yeah. So
retirement. He had 10.3 owed, I believe. Now, once he files the papers, that opens up that 10 million off our books, right? We're not on the cap opens up, right?
Yeah, 100%. It was completely not guaranteed money. It was not guaranteed money. I guess we picked up the option technically, but it doesn't matter. I think if you retire, I would imagine it goes to the books. Look, from a football perspective, it's a punch to the stomach, and we were just before talking about why. He's a veteran wide receiver. He was somebody I was thinking was going to be sharing time as the WR2 with Lazard. Lazard just walked off the field today. Hopefully he's okay. If you want to look at what opportunities this opens up for the Jets, it might free up a lot of money. Another opportunity is it might give more leeway to keep Brownlee on the roster or Xavier Gibson, or whichever one of those guys you like. So now we're holding on to a younger player. Yeah. So you could look at it from a team perspective. It's hard, though, to go so fast into that mode because I'm still getting over the shock as what could be potentially wrong in his personal life or what happened to him that led to this, because it's a shock.
Dude.
28 years old on a team that's like on the verge of being a Super Bowl contender. Like you have to think something's going on, and it's
Dude.
it's, you know,
Dude.
yeah. Wow.
Julio Jones is still available. Jarvis Landry is still available.
Was Julio Jones good in Tampa last year? Like, I don't know if he's got much left.
But if you're looking at a fourth wide receiver, yeah, and if
I mean,
Jarvis Landry at 30, my God, Mark, you're a mind reader, dude. You're a mind reader. Where's Jordy Nelson? Does anyone know if Donald Driver can still run a post?
wow. Hey, I mean, they're gonna. I mean, they're either gonna try to replace him with somebody who's available, or it's gonna open up an extra spot. You know, it's just gonna open up an extra spot. Like now, the younger guys get this opportunity. I mean, what could you say? I was a fan of Corey Davis. You know, I'm gonna say it. Like I'm a Corey Davis fan, and although it didn't work out the way I wanted for the last couple of years, it didn't make me turn on him or dislike him. I'm a fan of him, you know. So I wanted him on the team this year. I thought he was a good player to have on the team. I was happy he wasn't traded in the Green Bay trade. So I'm just disappointed. I mean, we just lost a good player. I think it's natural as a Jet fan to wonder if we at least get that 10 million back because we're going to need it because we need that.
Mims is still available.
Yeah.
Very good comment.
That's fucking crazy. But we need the money now. We need the money.
Yeah, that 10 million? That 10 million?
Because that 10 million could get us like I mean, I don't
anybody.
think, yeah.
Anybody.
I mean, yeah. I don't think Jones is gonna cost 10 million, honestly.
No, you're looking 3-4 million veteran minimum.
Yeah. It would be interesting. I want to know how he did for Tampa though. Like, why did Tampa let him go?
Maybe he's been beat up. He's been all right, hold on. Connor Hughes says Salah said the door is open for Corey Davis to return to the Jets if he decides he wants to play again. He has a family here. He also replied to NYJ Mike saying completely speculating on Corey. This is NYJ Mike, not any of the media. Maybe the Jets want to cut CD and he is retiring instead. If this is the case, it is frustrating the Jets didn't make a move earlier in the offseason to use this cap space to get another veteran wide receiver. Connor Hughes immediately said the Jets never even contemplated cutting Davis. They loved him.
Of course, they're not going to cut him. That was like crazy that people even thought that.
So, all right, let's go through the wide receiver depth chart right now. And everyone in the chat, man, I'm sorry. I'm trying to pay attention to the tweets coming in from everybody. And I appreciate all you guys being here and going through this with us. You know, things happen when you're live on air sometimes and we don't have time to prep and think what we want to talk about, or we're going through it live just like you guys are. So I will do my best to try to catch up in the chat. But right now the tweets are coming in fast and furious, and I'm trying to keep you guys up to date on that. So I apologize. It's no slight at all of you guys or not trying to get your comments up, but all right, let's hit the pause button. Let's go through the wide receiver depth chart. All right. Let's look at it this way. Garrett is still there. You brought in Lazard. Lazard is still there. Hardman is there. Cobb has had some good history. I think Cobb as a 4 is nice. And I really like the young guys. I think this opens it up. Like, I don't think you have to, Jets fans right away, Madden, panic, let's go bring someone in, right? It's what everyone thinks right away. Let's discuss the guys in-house right now, because those are a known. Those are the constant. We know what those are, right? Let's talk about who makes the team. You got Gibson, who looks like a very good returner, right? Special team returner. You have him and Hardman on kickoffs. You got him on punts. I like it. I'm not mad about that, right?
Yeah.
And now the other spot. You got Malik. You got Brownlee. You have Eminem Jr. that we saw last night in Cap, which was a fun little moment. A lot of people saying it's a top 5 Hard Knocks moment of all time, him doing Eminem last night. I think Joe's got to work the phones, right?
What if they did pick up Mims? Yeah, no, they wouldn't, because they traded him for a reason. They don't want him in the locker.
You're doing great, Nick. Even down a toe, you're staying a step ahead. Oh, that's good. That's good, you son of a bitch. Organization. Jets sent out a tweet. Thank you for everything you've given to the Jets organization. Wishing you the best. Adam sent it a DM. We're free of $10.5 million. So it clears the Gunny says it clears the funds as he is retiring from the sport and not a cut or IR.
Cool.
So the Jets are back up to 20-something million available, right?
Yeah.
So he only is on the books for his bonus. His bonus was 666,000. So the guaranteed money stays. The extra money comes off. So I think he was due 10.7 this year so it's about 10 million. 10-1 frees up. So yeah, Irv Charles too. Johnny mentioned. There's been some trying to process this.
So Irv Charles is another guy. The problem is it definitely opens up a roster spot. I mean, and you may end up with like Brownlee and Charles, or Brownlee and Gibson, or Charles and Gibson. I mean, It might bring 2 young guys on. The problem is how do you replace your number 2/3 receiver? Because I kind of had Corey Davis and Lazard sharing those roles, depending on the drive or what they were doing, as our number 2 and 3 receivers. And we just lost one, which means you're either Lazard is not the ideal number 2 receiver, in my opinion.
Thank you, Hater.
So I don't
already accounted for. He frees up 10.3. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. There's so many moving parts right now. I appreciate you guys help in the chat, all you guys. Any info you get, feel free to throw up. I'm caught up in the chat, and I'll get it up there immediately if we got any news or any more info.
So we just paid for Dalvin Cook with that 10 million, for 3 million left over. So, and we had money still. So there's now officially plenty of money. We have 3 million more than we had before we went after Cook. So we could bring in a real guy. I think Julio Jones played 10 games. He got 300 yards. And like, you know what I mean? Like a couple of touchdowns. I don't know that he has the health or anything like that to be seriously a number 2. So, I mean, my fear is that it's just going to be Garrett Wilson, Lazard, Hardman, Cobb, and then young guys. And that's my fear, is that we're not going to be able to bring in a real guy who could be a 2-3 guy with Lazard. Unless, I mean, Jarvis really had an opportunity as far as having a good quarterback and being in a good situation? Because he used to be really good.
Rich Samini tweets, this wasn't a sudden decision by Corey Davis. He told teammates before training camp he was thinking of walking away. He skipped OTAs in the spring and has been on personal leave for about a week. Hey, man,
Yeah, Jarvis did even work last year.
All right.
This is rough.
We're in a day and era in the NFL where guys do not have to play 10 years, 12 years, and maximize their money. They make enough money now. Corey Davis was a top 10 pick in the NFL. He got a second contract. These guys make enough money where they don't have to put their bodies through hell to have a life for themselves, and they get generational wealth. So, if that guys who used to have to say, shit, I got to suck it up and go play 3 more years so I don't have to get a regular job, can now just say, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, I mean, he made
good stuff here.
He made $25 million in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Over the cap says he's just over 10.03. Now we should have about 20.33 or so. I'm sure the org knew what was happening with CD. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it says that coincides with what I just read from Samini.
Mm-hmm.
Yeti, what's up? Welcome. I was hoping CD would shine this year. I like the pun with my last name. I always like to throw that out there. I feel horrible for him. Yeah. Brownlee or Gibson ain't replacing Corey's production. We need to add another wide receiver too. I agree. I think Lazard is that guy for now, as of today. But wide receiver 2s and 3s don't shake free. You put in Huff or Hall, the cornerback. I would love to be in Joe Douglas's office today. I would love to just sit there and listen and sign a disclosure agreement to just sit there and listen to the process. The Jets have right of first refusal on Hard Knocks, so you're not going to see the real behind the scenes, right? All of Salah's interviews are in the meeting room, nothing in his office, nothing in JD's office. JD hasn't even really had a role on Hard Knocks, so I think the behind the scene look that we want, I don't think we're going to get.
No, I mean, look, there's no way they can talk their way out of this. Is that it's not a big deal or it's not a problem? I mean, this is a problem. We just lost, our number 2 receiver technically. So,
Sammy Watkins, Kenny Galladay. All right. I got no problem with $3 million, Julio Jones, big body. We need you to run a slant. We don't need you to be a deep threat. We don't need you to be the guy anymore. Run a 7-yard slant on 3rd and 6. Put it in his chest. Let him catch it and body the guy and get 2 more yards. I'm okay with Julio as a good addition. I don't think please don't mistake that. I think Julio, you're getting 24-year-old Julio. You're getting a guy who can be a slant and a physical guy who can block in the run game. And listen, Corey Davis blocked. Let's not lose that aspect of losing Corey Davis. Corey Davis was a good blocker in the run game.
Well, we just opened up money and we have a spot now. And there's a guy in Las Vegas that lost his quarterback and might be a little unhappy. That's going to be a really bad team. And
from Zach Rosenblatt, $10.5 million once Davis' retirement becomes official. The worst thing for the New York Jets is he delays filing these papers, right, Jer?
The worst.
All right, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just, as these tweets come in, I'm trying to get the info out to everybody.
No, I mean, a Devontae Adams pickup, a trade is a dream, I admit. But everybody who argued and said we don't need him might be changing their tune a little. If we're really going to go for a Super Bowl, wouldn't he be the perfect big price tag? I say, you spend the big money, you make the big price tag move, when you convinced you're putting the cherry on top, right? And at this point, if you look at this squad right now, wouldn't Devontae Adams be that cherry? Like if you just threw him like if somehow we pulled it off and pulled him onto this team, and now you had Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams together with Aaron Rodgers and Breece Hall in the backfield with Cook. and a healthy offensive line. I mean,
Yeah.
wouldn't that be something? So
Yeah.
I'm kind of speechless like you. I don't know what much.
Yeah, right. There's been
I
no
mean,
time to process it, and we're live with mics in front of us, so we got to kind of do like airfill. Interesting tweet from Samini. Maybe it's semantics, maybe it's not, but Davis never uses the word retirement in his post. I'll read it again. For some time now, I've been contemplating stepping away from the sport of football. The decision has not been easy. Although I'm a deep person, I'm a man of few words. I've been searching my heart for what to do. I feel stepping away from the game is the best path for me at this time. I have more blessings than I could ever imagine. I have an amazing family, a beautiful wife, and 2 healthy children I look forward to spending more time with. I am truly grateful for all the opportunities I have had and will continue to have on my journey. Thank you to my family and friends in the Jets organization for supporting me through this process. It's a good catch by Samini, right? He never says I'm retiring. He says I'm stepping away from the game of football. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to put any negative vibes out there. But Mechie from Alabama had stepped away to the game for the year because he had that leukemia thing, and he's back. You don't know if there's a health issue, and you don't know if it's to be determined. But
but doesn't the team that drafted him still have the rights to him?
Oh, he's back. He took a year off. Okay. He's back and he's playing. John Mechie.
Oh, you're just giving an example. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. You know me. I'm never at a loss for words.
I mean, look, he was supposed to be a 700 to 850 yard guy with Lazard, and then Garrett Wilson was going to be the 1,500 yard plus guy, right? McCole Hardman was going to be the 400 to 500 or 400 to 600 yard guy. I mean, that was going to be the room. Can McCole Hardman step up and be the number 3? Can Lazard be the number 2? Is Garrett Wilson, Lazard, and McCole Hardman with Cobb and these young guys as depth enough? I don't think so. We need another proven, strong wide receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll live with what we have. Does it ruin the dream? No. We still have Aaron Rodgers, and you're still giving him a guy like Garrett Wilson. So at the end of the day, there's still that. But it's we need to the team needs to figure this out right now. Like, what's out there? The money is not an issue. We probably now have as much money, probably in the top 5 in the NFL. We probably have, I think we have more money than most teams. For sure.
Yeah, I'm looking now. I don't know if it's updated yet, but I could figure it out. Give me a second. Cap tracker.
So the money is not the issue. It's an issue of, is there a team out there ready to move on from a veteran wide receiver who's still good but is overpriced for them, and they want to move on? Like, what about the Chargers? Don't they have some, they just got a new young guy? So who's their, not Allen, but don't they have another guy like Williams or something? Mike Williams? Is there any team out there that might walk away from a veteran wide receiver? Is there a chance that New Orleans walks away from Michael Thomas? I doubt it. But that's just but to save money, do they do it? Because there's going to be cuts are going to come, and there's going to be players in every position that don't deserve to be cut based on playing ability, but they'll be cut for financial reasons. So we might have to start speculating, or JD is going to have to kind of get a feel for, does he think there's going to be wide receivers out there that can replace that production?
Yeah, it's obviously going to be a main topic for the fan base. I don't know. It's I'd rather it happen now than in week 4. You know what I mean? Like leading up to the Kansas City game. I would rather it happen now, where we have seen some guys play a couple games, not feel it, and walk away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Devontae's been the talk. Devontae start 1-4. Go look at the Raiders schedule. They start 1-3, 1-4. We could get them. We got the money. I keep going back to this. I just, as somebody who's gone through a lot of shit this year, I hope everything's okay. I hope it's just maybe he lost his passion for the game.
I know that's like it's
you
like
hope that, right?
It's like that's the explanation that would make fans mad and say all kinds of things, but it's the one we're hoping for. Like I hope
I don't want sickness. I don't want illness. I don't want anything in this. Like, I don't want anything negative. Just football's running its course for me. You got to remember, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you love it. Look at Nikolai Jokic, the MVP of the who should have been MVP this year. He should have got his third MVP, wins the title, wins the finals MVP. I do my job. I want to go home. He does this because he's great at it. He doesn't live it like fans do. Maybe Corey Davis just lost his passion for the game. And I hope it's that. I really, really do. I hope everything's okay health-wise with everyone, including him and everyone that he loves. I don't know what else to say about it.
I mean,
I trust Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas will find somebody will get cut. Somebody, a possible trade. Guys can elevate, right?
Yeah.
Somebody brought up keeping an extra tight end. You flex out somebody like, Yeboah. Use him as like a Davis as outside blocking. There's many options coaching wise, but let's just figure out who it is first.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been on air for good news. We've been on air together when we signed CJ Uzomah. And I don't know. I don't know.
It's a bummer. It sucks. It's it's not the best timing. If this would have happened, if he would have made this, I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying as a team for the Jets and for us as fans and the situation of the team, it would have been better, obviously 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when there were still guys out there in the market, or even before the draft or whatever. But I can understand. You can't. Yeah. He can't pick the timeline. It's not like that kind of decision.
Yeah.
You make it when you make it. I mean, It's just there's a certain time in your. There's a moment, and I just went through this in my life. There's a moment when you're done with a certain job or career. There's a moment where you just know.
Yeah, it's like a relationship, right? When you're done, you're done.
Done.
There's. That's it, man. I wish him well, and if you're gonna make this announcement, make it official and retire and free up the money. Yeah. Don't string us along. Right. Now I'm going to talk the football side of it, right? We wish them well. We hope everything's okay with him and the ones that he loved. Now let's talk football. File the fucking papers immediately.
Right.
File the papers. You making this announcement, you go on IG, you talked to the team last night. Now, football-wise, as a Jet fan, looking at the team and free up the goddamn money for us now. File the papers. Move on. God bless you. Good luck. But don't hold us hostage with this money. And I'm stepping away. I might step back. Say I'm retiring.
No.
Done. Free up the money.
Right. Well, I mean, if he doesn't, it's a business too. At the end of the day, if he's not there and he refuses to do the paperwork, they'll cut him. And they'll get the money that way.
With Devontae and Evans aren't already because you kind of call the shitty teams. Yeah, you're not getting anybody from the Chargers. And guys, again in the chat, I apologize. My brain is going 1,000 miles a minute. Normally, when Jeremy's talking, I'm catching up with the chat. I appreciate all you guys being here with us for this.
Denver, I think, are they happy with their receivers? I thought there were some good young ones, but nothing's happening with them. Their careers are kind of stalled. Now they got a new guy in Marvin Mims. Like, would they be willing to part ways with one of the two guys nobody's been working out there, but they all had potential, Sutton and those guys. I mean, these are all, I'm just throwing darts, man.
I know. It's all speculation right now, right?
Yeah.
Don't you get more money for your tires than kind of? No, Anthony. He's in the last year of his deal. I think somebody explained it earlier. He already got his roster bonus, which was $666,000. I think the Jets kind of had a feeling about this because we all targeted Corey Davis as somebody to get an extension to lower his cap number from the 10-something million because it was dead money. So now he was already paid what he was guaranteed. If he retires or gets cut, the Jets are free of $10.5 million, it sounds like.
Yep.
So it's just got to file the papers, or the Jets can make it official and say, we're going to release you.
Yeah, it was he got all his guaranteed money. It's an option year. It's a team option.
Yeah.
You know.
And let me add one thing. Positive Nick is here right now. Right? I always get made fun of because I'm always thinking positively, even in the bad times, and I'm going to do it here. And this triggered my state of mind. Remember who's making our decisions. Remember who is steering the ship. Joe motherfucking Douglas is running the New York Jets. I'm okay. We should all be okay. Joe will figure it out. They did not do all of this. They did not bring in Rodgers. They did not give us the old uniforms. They did not do everything for our third or fourth wide receiver to retire and get derailed. We don't know it. There's a plan. We don't know what it is. We don't know who it is. Quote me right now. Somebody's coming. That's what she said. Somebody's coming. You don't know who, you don't know when, but somebody's coming. Quote me. Screen record it. Do whatever you got to do. Somebody will be joining the New York Jets. It's not going to be somebody who's a number one receiver. Maybe we get Adams in a trade. I think it's more realistic that we see a different type of addition. Somebody to fill the Corey Davis role. A blocker and an over-the-middle type. That's why Julio sticks out in my head. He's big. He's physical. He can run a 6-7 yard slant. That's all we need him to do. We got Garrett Wilson to be the alpha. We got Garrett, who's going to go for 123 catches, my prediction. Might be 140 now. That Davis is guy. I might have to up this to Antonio Brown level. But it's Joe Douglas. Will Joe Douglas this?
That's the right way to think. That we have the right GM to figure this out.
Yeah.
Ty Hilton is out there. Johnny Jimenez says.
Yeah.
Ty Hilton. He's always very consistent and decent.
It's never a bad time for that's what she said. Eric Decker just visited camp. So did Braylon Edwards.
Yeah.
Braylon Edwards in the same draft as Aaron Rodgers. That'll make you feel old, right? You look at Rodgers and he's young. You look at Braylon with his position. He's like, oh, he's ancient. So keep this in mind, Jets fans. We have one of, in my opinion, the top general managers in the National Football League.
Yep.
It's not Mike McCagnon. It's not John Idzik. It's not Terry Bradway. It's not Mike Tannenbaum. It is somebody who keeps an eye on now and an eye on the future. And the future right now tells me, the present day and the future says Joe Douglas will do something. Joe Douglas will add a body to the room. I'm just glad that producer JR didn't put Corey Davis on the bottom of the screen, because then we'd have to change the layout again. So, what do you got, brother? What do you got in closing? What's your thoughts? I know this is consuming everything. You got anything else you want to discuss, think of?
Look, I mean, it was only a matter of time before the other foot was going to drop. We got so much good news. Something, something always gives. It's every team in the NFL. While this happens, at the same time, Dwayne Brown is back at practice, and I said there's a deadline of how long he could wait to come back and be in that opening game. And guess what? He's back. Plenty of time to be ready for 9/11. So Dwayne Brown, Lakin is back, AVT is back. Tippmann is already doing team drills, guys. He's already doing team drills. So he's an option with McGovern. So even if McGovern starts at center, we're going to have that depth that we talked about on the inside and in the interior of the line. So the depth is there. Becton, knock on wood, he has another good game and stays healthy on this coming Saturday. Our offensive line is looking great and it's looking healthy. Dwayne Brown coming back, Lincoln Tomlinson, AVT, Becton, 2 centers. One starts, the other brings enormous depth to our team. It's looking really good for the offensive line, so much better than it was just a week ago when we were all crying and panicking. The running back room, look what's happened in the past week. All the questions about Breece Hall. Breece Hall looks better than ever in camp. Salah has a big, stupid, fat smile on his face. You got Dalvin Cook, and you got a hungry Michael Carter, and Izzy is okay and will be ready for week 1. So we got lucky and we dodged a bullet there. Garrett Wilson looks great, and Aaron Rodgers loves him. Conklin, CJ, Jeremy Ruckert, all the tight ends are healthy and good and ready to go. The defensive line, all good, ready to go. Sauce Gardner, Reed, all good, ready to go. Tony Adams, we all can't wait to see what he's going to do. Super excited about that. Yeah. Whitehead, second year in the system. Sherwood's good. Zaire Barnes is overperforming. Everything on this team is going really, really well. So, yes, we took some bad news, but, man, there's so much more good than bad. And that's just the way football is. There's always going to be some negatives, no matter what.
I want to do a poll. Does anybody think Corey Davis, who has missed a lot of time, who has missed a lot of catches, retiring changes our chances on the season? I don't. I don't think Corey Davis makes or breaks this team. I don't think Corey Davis moves the win needle that much, to be completely honest with you, because Corey Davis, as an NFL wide receiver for the New York Jets, has always been what if? What if he catches it? What if he stays healthy? Yes, we all thought he would do better with Rodgers, but he never did it with the Jets. He's more known for his drops. I can't name a touchdown that he caught. I can name drops that kill drives. I don't remember Corey Davis scoring a big touchdown. So let's not act like we just lost Jerry Rice in his prime. I don't think losing Corey Davis changes the trajectory of this team at all. That's how I feel. There will be Jets fans who act like it's the end of the world. There will be Jets fans who act like it's losing a toe. That's for you, Kuka. You son of a bitch. I had to get you back for earlier. I still like our wide receiver room. I don't think I don't think it affects us. I think we lost a name that we always hoped would be good. Guy never had a 1,000-yard season. Guy never had 10 touchdowns. Like, let's not act like we just, we didn't lose John Taylor to Jerry Rice. We didn't lose Julian Edelman for the Patriots. We're not losing a mega star. We're not losing a 100-catch guy. So let's keep some perspective with who we lost. We lost a receiver that always had potential. And potential is what, Jer? Potential is shit you haven't achieved yet. Mm-hmm. It'll always be what if with Corey Davis. What if he caught passes more often? What if he stayed healthy? What if he played for this year? All right, I'm done. I'm done with Corey Davis. I'm done. If you can't have the passion to play football right now, if that's what it is, good riddance. I don't want you in my locker room. I don't want you on my team. I don't want you on my roster. I don't want you getting passes in the clutch. You haven't had a good career of catching the ball. You have a high drop percentage. I don't want you costing us a game because your head ain't in it. So go do something else. Go retire. Go spend time with your family. You made money. Peace out. We're going to win a fucking Super Bowl this year. Maybe we'll ship you a ring.
Doubt it.
I don't.
No,
I processed it, and here's my stance.
right.
I don't give a fuck.
But I appreciate that he did it. I appreciate that he wasn't. I appreciate that he didn't try to be a survivor. Let me just get by and collect my last 10 million and do the minimum that I have to do.
Read that.
Yeah. Good thing we have a QB who makes average receivers look great. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. So I mean, it could have been. It could. I mean, look. A lot of people would have done that. A lot of people would not have retired. They would have done the bare minimum. The bare minimum. They would have done the bare minimum. They would have showed up, but they wouldn't have worked hard. They would have just kind of slacked through. Did just enough to make the team. You know what I mean? Like that's what a lot of people would do because it's a lot of money. He was honest about it. He said, "My heart's not in this. I don't want to do this. I'm going to walk away. Keep your money. Take your money back. Pay somebody who wants to play."
Yeah. And I'm not attacking Corey Davis in a personal way. Like I said, I've 15 times wish him and everything well.
Yeah.
From a New York Jet football perspective, this changes nothing for me.
Yeah.
Because I never had high expectations for Corey Davis because I never saw Corey Davis deserve high expectations. Good talent, never made the most of it. Top 10 pick, I think 5 overall by Tennessee. Never amounted to anything. You see a top 5 pick for a wide receiver? Jamar Chase. Julio Jones. Guys who have been worthy of the number 1 top 5 pick. Whoa. All right. From Ian Rappaport, non-Jet related, as the 49ers weigh options for Trey Lance, calling his hometown team the Vikings makes sense. Nothing is impossible. Minnesota has a backup in Nick Mullins and drafted rookie Jaron Hall. Post-draft, these deals are harder.
It's hard to trade Trey Lance for the same reason it was hard to trade Zach Wilson. It's hard to get out of it because there's money involved. There's a lot of money involved. I mean, it's like nobody likes to just sit on 10 million, dead cap. Nobody, it's not a desirable thing for a team to sit on, to take a $10 million hit. Those are guaranteed 4-year contracts, and he's only in year 3.
Yeah.
Unless you're Arizona.
Yeah, so Phil, Nick is going through the stages of separation in front of our eyes. I'll never love another. 2, I never loved you anyway in 5 minutes. I told you we're going through it live in the air, Phil. I made everyone aware we're going through it live. So, yes, you get to watch what we're thinking, what we're going through. But when you look at it from a football perspective, listen, I covered the human aspect, and now football-wise, okay.
Yeah.
Are we losing our minds if Michael Carter, the running back, retires? That's how I look at Corey Davis. A nice fill-in player who occasionally would make a play, but losing you does not change the trajectory of this team. I can gladly give those reps somewhere else and stay at the same water level. There's no plug to be pulled. The tub's not draining. We're good. Yes, you can add somebody. But the subtraction of Davis doesn't affect this roster. That's a fact. Give me anyone in the chat. Challenge me. Challenge that stance. Everyone wanted him to be a number 2. Corey Davis hasn't been a fucking number 2 for the New York Jets. He was brought in to be a number 1. He's been a 3 at best. Football-wise, Corey Davis has been shit for the New York Jets. He would make one play, and everyone's like, oh, this is the beginning. He's going to do it. Quarter and a half later, drop, drive over, we lose by 6. All right. That's it. It's Corey Davis in a nutshell. It was always, we hoped he did this. We hoped he got consistent. We hoped he got 1,000 yards. We hoped he got 10 touchdowns. I'm going to challenge everybody. You guys are good Jets fans. Name one fucking play that Corey Davis made that was jaw-dropping. Name one big touchdown. Name one big catch, broken tackle, 70-yard touchdown that changed the game. He never did it. So I'm not heartbroken. It's not the end of the world. You'll see the tweets. Oh, my God, Corey Davis left. What are we going to do? Nothing. We keep moving on. This team is too good to worry about a 600-yard receiver. Those guys are a dime a dozen. You could pay a guy $2 million to get 600 yards and drop 7 passes in a season. I had the Snickers, Anthony, and I am acting right. It's not the end of the world to lose Corey Davis. I would be more disappointed right now if the world lost Corey Feldman. You like that, Jared? A little crazy top. You want to have a good afternoon? Go Google Corey Feldman dancing or Corey Feldman live performance. Some of his dance moves on the Howard Stern show back in the early 90s are pretty wild. I remember one big play he had from Zach Wilson against the Titans, but that's it. I'll take your word for it.
I just put in a thing in our chat. Maybe this will be remembered as the historic moment a spot opened for Brownlee, and he went on to make history.
Corey Davis. We've spent more time talking about Corey Davis in the last 45 minutes than we would have talked about him the entire season playing. Non-factor. Non-factor. He never moved the win needle for this team. He was never consistent. He was always dinged up. It's a non-factor to me. Somebody else can step up and make more out of that opportunity than he had. That's the way I look at our roster right now. He could have been holding guys down because he didn't do much with his opportunity. The touchdown. Yeah, Chris, the Cleveland Browns didn't move. Nobody covered him. That's what it took for Corey Davis to have a highlight was coverage breakdown open without a defender within 30 fucking yards of him. That was his highlight as a Jet. No coverage.
Well, they had a pretty good first game with us with Zach Wilson against Carolina.
I missed most of that game because Nicky's that was the year Nicky was playing football and I was coaching, and his games were at 1:00.
He caught 2 touchdown passes.
I caught like the fourth quarter on because as soon as the game ended, we went to the Buffalo Wild Wings like a mile away from the field. So I did miss most of that game, I'll admit.
Look, it's like I agree. I think we all agree. It's not a needle moving thing. It's not like we lost one of our superstars or stars. He wasn't one of the guys we were naming when we about what makes us a Super Bowl potential team. It's a spot though that needs to be replaced. I mean, it's a top 3 wide receiver spot. Someone's going to have to come in and do that work. Someone's going to have to run those reps, and someone's going to have to replace some of that production that he would have had. So it's not the end of the world because it's not the kind of production that's impossible to find. There might be guys
it's easy to replace it. It's easy to replace that. It's very, very easy. You throw a slant to Breece Hall 5 times, and he replaced Corey Davis's production.
Right. And it might be a couple of different guys that do it. It might be Brownlee and Cobb. You know, like it could be a combination of a young guy and Cobb that replace those reps.
Yeah. It's a good comment here. 80% of Jets fans didn't even realize that Corey Davis hadn't practiced all offseason until this week.
Yeah.
Nobody worry. All the attention's been on the line. The attention's been on Carl Lawson. No one even complained that Corey Davis wasn't out there. I don't think anyone noticed. I want to thank everyone who's here watching. If you guys are new, please subscribe. Thank you for joining us. Jeremy, tell everyone where they can find you while we got a big crowd here.
I'm at the Jets Lounge. Jets Lounge on YouTube. Just type in Jets, Lounge, Jets Lounge, and subscribe to my channel. For me and Nick will be on tonight, obviously discussing this and other things tonight on the Pride and Chaos show, and we have a special guest too.
Yeah, Daniel, the Jets guru, will be joining us. Producer JR also produces him and linked us up, so he'll be joining us later tonight. So, put a pretty bow on this. I want to wrap it up now. I haven't eaten yet today. It's 4:00.
Yeah.
And then take a break before we get back on at 8:00 tonight. But give me a little pretty bow on this and wrap this up.
Hey man, as always, if somebody punches you in the face, you punch them right back.
It's a weird take for you, who constantly says, if anyone ever hits me, I'm glad I got Nick by my side.
Well, for me, it's I punch them right back after Nick holds them for me.
Braden, new to the chat. What's up? Just says he's stepping away from football. Didn't give a reason. We don't know. Yep. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, and look at this. He didn't have 500 yards either season.
No.
Like, we're not losing Justin Jefferson.
Right? No, we just need to have a plan of who's going to take those reps. That's all.
Yeah.
Those other guys.
Yeah.
Those other guys. Maybe
there's guys outside. There's guys inside the locker room. There's guys in other rosters who can come in.
Maybe it gives the young guys an opportunity. You never know. Everybody's so convinced that there's limitations. Like Wayne Corbett came out of nowhere. He was the 13th guy on the depth chart the year he made the team. It was a miracle he even made the team, and he became our best wide receiver for a while there. So nobody knows anything. You don't know. Xavier Gibson, Irv Charles, or freaking Brownlee. You never know. They might step in and blow us away and I'm not saying rookies of the year. I'm not saying 1,000 yards, but they might come in and give great reps and give a great contribution to the team. You never know. You never know.
You know why you play the game? Because you never know.
Yeah.
Why? Because you never know.
You play to win the game.
Absolutely. If I would have eaten, I'd stay on longer, but I want to thank everybody. The chat, you guys are fantastic. I'm sorry with all the breaking news. I couldn't get as many of your comments up. I apologize. I will make it up to you. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be on tonight on Jeremy's channel. And then we will be back here tomorrow during practice. And maybe we have some news. Maybe we got a little breaking news. Maybe Jets make a move immediately. Right? Joe Douglas is a master. And, it's always time for this.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Go Jets.
Never wrong, right? You see I go by? Jets fans, thank you. We'll see you guys tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Please subscribe to the channel. And as always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. Have a good one. Not you. Everyone else but Jeremy. Have a good one.
This is producer JR, and you are watching the proud New York Jets fan show. Now give it up for my boy Nick.
Rodgers is a Jet. Let's go.
This for my special delivery. Spit like this, get my wrist all glittery.
Can't wait.
Get cake, snakes get slithery. Lean in, show y'all the mean in the chivalry.
Let's make sure we play like the New York Jets.
Right jab like Zab Judah. Every member on my team is a shooter. Tight like a womb, no room for intruders. Spark, twist in the Philly.
Give it up.
Good humor. Don't be silly. It's baby. I got it all smothered.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.